Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing great. Hope you had a wonderful day so far. All them good things. We're back. Back in. You can't see. There you go. Back in Disco Elysium. We made some progress last time. Talked to the dock workers and figured out some stuff and gained authority with them and all of that good things. So I think we're making a little bit of progress. So let's keep at it and see what kind of ending out of the six we're actually at some point going to get. But before we do that, let's say hi to a few people. For example, to Sini. Thank you for that resub for 11 months. Dear too. Oh yeah. Thank you, Sini. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Super kind of you. Thank you. Indian Disco is here. Hello, hello, hello. And Ermum is here, and so many others. Thank you. Hope you're doing good. Okay, let's see.
Officer, what was that?
What was what? Because I honestly don't remember.
You looked strange when he mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman?
Oh, right. That was the one that we talked to right in the beginning of the game. We didn't make a very good impression with her.
Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
Well, I met her in the hallway after waking up.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
She knows I didn't remember being a cop.
Okay, that's manageable.
I tried to hit on her.
Understood.
She said I'm going to have to interrogate her later and it's going to suck for me.
It is. This would have been good to know before.
Okay.
Anything else?
Well, I didn't do that.
What you're saying is, you raped her?
What? No.
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity. Cold sweat trickles down your neck.
Kim.
Then don't ever say that again. What else?
Nothing. Let's move on.
We'll be all right, Lieutenant. This is nothing.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be all right. Is it though? Nothing? You're still in for a bumpy ride here. Try not to mess it up.
Yep. Quite a nice picnic day today from school. Some bonding exercise and some camping site by the sea. Oh, nice. They ran out of milk and you got your morning coffee just when you came home. Uh-oh. So coffee without milk is a no-go under certain circumstances? Well, I can get that. It would be a no thanks for me as well, but ugh. Alright. So we need to talk to her. Maybe that will finally work now. A bunch of the missions actually, or the quests actually, cleared up. That's good. Like really good. Okay. Cool. Now that they are all gone, let's actually let's set up because I need to sleep. I don't know about you, but I need to sleep. Although, can we go to her right now? It might be a little late.
The door is closed. There's still a dent in the vinyl where you punched it before.
Hmm.
There is no answer. It's nighttime, officer.
Yeah, that's
A
what I
young
thought.
woman like this is probably out partying the night away. Drink and drugs. Sweet drugs are involved. Loneliness be gone.
We should come back in the morning.
Yes. You know what? I'm going to go for the night here because I have to pay in advance. Ice cream will do. Ew. Or some coffee cream? Really? Alright. Well, that's fair. Not a
Wow. Just wow. I hope you really enjoyed yourself up there. Had a cathartic experience. Because for the rest of us...
Oh, after our karaoke event. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of ice cream and coffee. It is okay, but I'm not a huge fan. But coffee creamer, or the real coffee cream, I think Germany ruined that for me. Ugh. But yeah, I see the point with milk and coffee. Something has to be there.
That really sucked.
Wow, you're blatantly honest.
It's safe to say this is about your karaoke performance.
Yes, what you see is actually the Twitch integration. Meaning that I can that you can choose for the answers when I allow it. And you can see the stats of my character. That's actually what it does. I just think... Wait a second. I don't know if I have to do this every time. Maybe I do. Let's see. Let me quickly find the Discord. Oh, it is there. There you go. Connection established. Hiya, Putsuri. Continue. It was a bit odd when in Eve. Yeah, well, it is there then. It's easier to keep it there than just to have it on and off and on and off and on and off. So yeah, that's what it is. I can let you see the stats of my character, and I can give you the option to choose the answer. We winning? Aren't we always? Aren't we always? Okay, so about the karaoke performance. Yeah, yeah, I suck at that, I know.
Good. It's good you're sorry. I'm not letting anyone up there anymore. Now, what did you want?
About the bill for
Got the
tonight.
20 real?
Yes.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. See you in the morning. Yes.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours.
Botched
You've earned it.
I wouldn't say botched. I wouldn't say it was an experience. Yeah, that's more likely.
It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
What?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash, the bang, the endless learning experience.
Uh-huh.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Thanks, Afutsuri. Go earn some reals on yourself. Good luck. Good luck. And thank you. And I'll catch you later. Co-pilot Zoro came in. Well, it's a new situation for them as well, right? From you being home all the time to you being home only certain hours of the day.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time. The smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing. It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
Oh, yeah. The endless visions erase them. Hi, Bernard.
It's not possible anymore. It's stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes. Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For your ancient reptilian lizard brain.
For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
We're making progress, measured, steady progress.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him. He's got no idea what he's in for. 'Cause only love can break your heart.
Oh my.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the wind. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Jesus. No wonder we're always so meh.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next?
Who?
Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Well, let's get right to it. What needs to be done?
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
I thought I was assigning responsibility for the murder.
Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly.
I do?
La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues. The human welfare index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy.
Alright, give it to me. I'll accept the responsibility.
Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
And who should sit on this committee?
Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez.
So that rules me out.
Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start.
Half-brother?
Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves.
And what happens once we assign the responsibility?
Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels.
I'm prepared to take on this awesome burden. Are we? I'll let you decide, 2 or 3. You have 15 seconds to decide. Number 2 or number 3. Yeah, that's not going to work. And high entropic. Let's do this again. 2 or 3. Hello. All right.
This is a grave abdication of la responsabilité. A note will be appended to your personnel file.
Oh. A note will be appended. Most likely a note like doesn't want to take responsibility for anything. Old drugette. How are you doing, Entropic? Not responsibility, responsibilité. Ah, right. That. Okay, what are our tasks? No, tasks. That one. Why is the UI all of a sudden bigger? Is that because of the integration? All of my things are gone here. The music is back on? My goodness. Everything was gone here. Alright, alright, alright. Randomly clicked something. Yeah, you only have 15 seconds to choose an answer. That's quite quick. Times are good at the moment, but someone in the middle management decided it's gonna be back up to 30 for a weekend, so... Oh, boy. My goodness. My lord. That's no fun anymore. Okay, we might want to...
Yes?
No, nothing. You might want to go up and try to talk to her now.
The door is closed. There's still a dent in the vinyl where you punched it before.
Who is it?
Oh, finally.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere.
Huh.
You could snoop around before going up.
Double calculations. Looks like she had an extended stay. Piles of dirty clothes, a woman's. This room has sad all over it. Reminds you of your own. Yeah. I know, our room is not the best one. You see the yard below. The court is no longer there.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
Look at the toothbrush.
It's been used quite a lot.
Look at the medications.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Quite a selection in there.
Anything of note?
Look at the and search the bottles.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nakra.
What's Necro?
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Oh. Search the pill sheets.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Well, we might be able to solve that mystery.
A bright orange
not.
bottle with peptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide.
Preptide. A euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
No. I'm not going to take it. Close the cabinet. We are not going to do that. We are going to get somewhat clean, I think. Maybe. Hopefully. Potentially. Finally supposed to end within the next week. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. You feel someone watching you behind the glass door. A woman. The bed has been hastily made.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your finger across the surface of the glass.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
You know which window has not been recently replaced?
The one I smashed in my room?
Yes, that one. Cold wind is seeping in right now. Just one floor below you. Messing up your concentration here.
Stop distracting him! He has work to do! Plus, if I recall, the window has been giving him shit ever since he got here!
True that. Thank you. The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Our hand-eye coordination is mediocre at best, but sure, let's try to catch them.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The
Whoa.
rest fly off into the wind. It's a maybell. The young woman looks at the maybell in your hand. Just a glance. Then takes a drag of her cigarette. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod.
Whoa. Whatever it means, interact. This is a wildflower you caught, one of a bouquet of muguets that you have found on the whirling roof. It's shedding its petals quickly in your pocket.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
What is
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
Oh. Is it a coincidence, it's being on the roof?
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
Okay, very well.
The petals feel dry and fragile in your hand. Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but there is none.
Stand still.
The feeling recedes.
There you go. What does this necktie have? Inland Empire. But I could... +1 pain threshold. I see uni. Cold coffee in an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in her hand, in one hand, and a cup of coffee in the other.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
That's a good question, Khan. I have no idea. You're a free gremlin? Oh? You have weakened? Is that what it means?
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you got here.
It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Oh, the keynote done. How'd it go?
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
You mentioned the cleaning lady? I think I need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Inferno. Okay, I'll leave you to it. There you go. 15 seconds, choose an answer. Okay. Then I choose an answer. Disco Inferno.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
Yeah, because you only have 15 seconds. And after the 15 seconds, the window is closing again.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
It has a timer for me.
Have I ever? This is the world's most lamentable cup.
Do not go along with this.
Those days are behind me. I'm here to ask questions.
Questions? What about?
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Ah, I see.
She takes a pensive drag of a menthol cigarette.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
Okay, so when I click this button, you have 15 seconds to choose one of the six answers. And now my timer starts, 15 seconds. And it's should be on the screen as well. And that's 15 seconds done. It's pretty small, easy to miss. What is pretty small and easy to miss? What do you mean? Yes. Well, that's the timer that I have. There is not really a timer for chat. It's just that 15 seconds the picture plops up, and then after that it goes down again. Yeah, that's the funny thing. I have no delay on. Usually you can in a stream you can put delays onto the stream. That's true, but I don't have a delay on. So Yes, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there is a delay from here to there. You have 15 seconds. As soon as I click the button, for me the 15 seconds start, and when it plops up on your window, on your monitor, you have also the 15 seconds. You are not deprived of any seconds to choose. It's not like I have 15 and you have 10. That's what I mean. Done. That was 15 seconds. From me clicking it to the 15 seconds start running to down. And I have the stream on the other monitor, so I can see. But yeah, well, anyway, I think I'm putting that away. that brings more confusion than it brings anything else, right? Yeah. Yeah, I just take it away. That doesn't make any sense. Nope. When the only thing it does is discussion over it, then it is not worth doing it. Okay, easy as that. Okay, what's your name, miss?
Clasier Amondu.
Okay, where are you from?
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 28.
She takes a drag. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization?
Something stupid.
Wanna hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a one-room apartment on Boogie Street, a young man shows Patrol Officer Tilbrook his genital warts,
Ew.
asking if they're cancer. His partner, Emil Mullins, can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. It's dead, Mullins says. No, the man replies. I touched him. He's warm.
You think everything is crystal clear? Not what happens in the game, but that's another story. Well, the story is a little bit confusing. I give you that. Mm-hmm. You don't understand why it is confusing? You mean the integration? Me neither, but it seems to cause more questions than it produces answers, so that's not worth the hassle, right? Confuception? That's a thing.
Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
What? If she would be a cop, then... No, she's not a cop. What's that?
Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
What is it about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian Lit would fit you like a glove.
Yes, Entropic, but it doesn't matter if it is delayed or not, because you have the 15 seconds to choose, regardless of when the timer plops up. That's what I mean. Exactly. You know. Okay, cool. Coffeeception, that also works. Yep. Okay, Oranjes Lit. What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Money is very important. Oh, no. Show her some money. No, not doing that.
It's not very cool, but what can you do?
Could we take a look at your passport, please?
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
She's making this hard now.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
How do I know you told us your real name?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. It's a weird name.
Okay, then.
Okie dokie.
That's it for the record.
The record. So official.
Mm-hmm. Nice room you've got here. No? Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
What are you doing here in the Whirling and Rags?
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Here in Martinez.
I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
You're too young to call yourself a disco has-been.
I'm really not.
I hate to say it, but you've got sad all over the place.
Yeah. I've contaminated it pretty bad.
Is that why you're out here?
The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The sad got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door.
What exactly is the nature of this contamination?
For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you? Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial sad spill in there.
I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's a mystery.
You have quite the collection
An
of
alcohol-related mystery.
Oh. You have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
It was quite impressive. How do you amass such a hoard?
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
Hey, all shenanigans! Kaput! Thank you for your resub! For 11 months for the Prime. Thank you so much. Thank you. How you doing?
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry.
You seem to have, among other things, Preptide?
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Like what?
Like Not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a mirrored speed molecule, basically.
That's all as far as that goes then.
Very funky.
That window is new.
It is.
She moves slightly to your left to check the reflection in it.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
I have other questions for you.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
They tell us you've been through something difficult? No. What is this wildflower? Let's go with that first.
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
What's sambo?
A martial art, sir.
Uh-huh.
Is that it?
Yes. Why was it there?
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind?
Or an admirer?
Any admirers, miss?
Admirers? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society.
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has admirers. Plenty of them.
They tell us you've been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Difficult. Difficult questions. Yeah, let's...
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Uh-huh. And what does that mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I can't say that stuff about him. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
He just asked you to spice things up for us?
Pretty much.
What?
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
I guess. Hello. Doing okay so far? The new apartment situation really arc-ish? Because of a lot of work, or has something gone wrong? What did happen between you and the victim then? Hey.
We partied.
Wait, partied? What kind of... No. Where have I heard that before?
A lot of partying going on.
From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it.
You mean like a birthday party?
Yes. We made balloon animals, drank lemonade, inflated a bouncy castle.
You're being sarcastic.
It's not, sir. We drank alcohol. A lot of it. We had that effect on each other. Made each other drink harder.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
Were you lovers?
I guess you can say that, yes. A bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension? With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
It must have been hard for you, point to the yard, seeing him there. Oh. Okay. Because the first plan was to give the key of the old place to the new owner on Sunday. Now you got one key on Monday this week, but no water, no power, no driveway. The first 8 cartons you already bring over. You had to park Burger King next to it and enter the building over the unused Earthbound flat. Well, that doesn't sound right. What happened? Any explanation as to why? Can say these themes on this game are quite cuddly, soft, and care barely happy. I can see that that comment is dripping with sarcasm. And you might be quite right with that.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
The call reporting the hanging, that was you.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
Before we go on, if it is snitching, then why do it?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
The caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it? How?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
Which landline?
The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline.
Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Problem with professions and water power provider. That's why the installation isn't done, and that's why the driveway is still undone. But how could they... How could they rent the place out when it's not possible to... when it's still working in there? Yeah, landline. Yes. Old phones with a landline.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair?
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
Say nothing.
You pissed it all away. All of it. Elysium.
What did they hang him for?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. but I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
How do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
And how do you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir?
Oh.
I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
Could that be why they lynched him? Jealousy?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
And what do you mean?
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
Well, thank you for telling us all of this.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
Yep, let's go. Alright. Oh, no, wait. Hi, Vera. Too much work? Oh boy.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Where does this lead to?
I don't know, Lieutenant Euphrator. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Do you think it's important?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers.
Tap on the roof with your foot.
A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy. It's barred from the inside.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Ow. Damn.
You kick it, gung-ho style.
Yep.
Entering the premises style.
Yep.
But the door fails to respect the force.
Of course it does.
All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object.
Swallow the rage.
The sturdy wood door has lost.
Okay, let's go down now. You don't pay any rent at the moment. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Not with that's going on. Really bad planning? It absolutely sounds like that. Yeah, unfortunately.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Why did she tell us all of that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Something is off here.
You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
Yes. You did kick your toes on the couch on Monday. Ooh, ouch. Almost throw your food stuff to the wall because of that. Yeah, I believe that. That always hurts like crazy. Had to limp for 2 days? Yeah, understandable. But that really sucks. You wanna go down here? Okay, cool. Alright, what do we have now? What? Okay, that's still going. Thursday, so that will be tomorrow. Confront the Hardy Boys with what class he told you. Okay.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Huh. Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade.
Huh.
This place is as clean as a rifle.
What?
Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
No, do the honor. You've earned it.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Yes, but that just sends everyone else to Jamrock, doesn't it?
You've just diverted the flow to Jamrock. You've made it our problem.
We haven't done anything, but theoretically, it has to be someone's problem, so it might as well be yours.
Titus, I'm amazed. Where is the same professionalism when it comes to other topics? You're doing great. I hardly have to interfere at all.
I don't know, Lizzie. I guess theoretical things don't make me emotional. Now, was there anything else? I was sorta gonna get my brewski on.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing, she runs the thing, right?
My answer is fuck off.
So that's a yes.
Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
Banana Gun Hardy Boys, more like stupid boys. Yeah, they are a little bit too rough, too gangster. And hi, welcome to Viking Hive Sport with Rittersport. Which one?
And here we go. Back to the usual.
Yep.
I know! Fatty walked on all fours. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
Oh.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
Yeah, let's go over that victim again.
Again? Seriously, man. Fine. Fire away.
So, what was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
It was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Hey, Miss Bush Kitty! You! And thank you for that resub for a year. Holy hell! A year? My goodness, thank you! That is so super kind of you. How are you doing? You've been forever! Yes! You have! And folks, if you haven't followed Miss Bush Kitty, please do. Very different gameplay in Eve than I do, but jolly good fun to hang out. So please do throw a follow. You're all good? That's good to hear. How am I? Real life is under control again, so better. Much better. Thank you. And thank you for that resub. All of you. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
Okay, enough about it then, but...
Yeah, whatever. Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
There you go.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
That's exactly what he said. How about you go get a coffee somewhere, Lizzie?
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz.
Thank you.
He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Crazy? What are you talking about? She was very lucid. Maybe we should try another strategy. Cut the BS, she told me the truth.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy!
Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T.
Huh?
What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
I didn't say innocent.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
True. Let me see. Marzipan? Oh. Oof. Alright. Not a huge fan of marzipan, if you might have figured. I always liked the hazelnut one. Hazelnut and chocolate is such a good combination. Yep. But as long as you enjoy, that's all that matters, right? Mm-hmm. Under control. Under control means there were some things going on that we had to take care of, and now they are taken care of, and now everything is back to okay, back to good. So there you go. Umtraubennuss, that works too. Unsub, unfollow, reported for what? For loitering? But yeah, marzipan only goes for winter. For me. In the Baumstamm, you know? Those chocolate logs? The chocolate marzipan nougat logs? Okay. So why should I care about the tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
Okay. So, where do you get this tape?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
So you've bugged them. How?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you is doing this advanced radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
So where can I listen to this?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
So what's on this tape then?
What's on it? We call it the Dorgun Mega Mix. You'll know why once you listen to it.
Well, that's enough then. I'll get back to the investigation.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Take the tape. Fine, I'll listen to it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
A few more things about the tape before I go listen to it?
Yeah?
Oh,
What about
no.
it?
We
You
have-
do that, lawman.
I'm going to take off now. Well then. Marzipan goes always, every day, all day, every day. Well, taste is different, which is good, and I'm happy that you enjoy marzipan all day, every day. Marzipan is always good. Like I said, I'm glad that you found something that you can enjoy all day, every day. More for you. When is little mom standing in a health package again? Soon, I hope. The magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the mercenary task force radio communications recorded via the de-inscription station. Not a good omen. Requires a boombox to play.
The portal reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Play the tape.
You push Command C, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Ow.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your portereel. The tape stops spinning.
Jesus. You made a marzipan cake in the winter as well? Sure, why not? As I said, well, marzipan is not the devil, and around Christmas I do eat it. I do like it, but during the rest of the year it's not really for me. But thankfully the tastes are different. And as I said, more for you. Marzipan though.
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
But he did say he's going to do it. You can't edit words into someone's mouth.
Indeed, but...
A look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
Who's this Corty?
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his?
What's Kohoi? I'm afraid to ask.
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Okay then, what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Well... Talk to class here, talk to class here. Get the ice cream maker off. Oh, the ice cream maker. Yes, the ice cream maker should now finally be open, shouldn't it? However, since I do seem to be running into doors, I will go to the pharmacy and actually try to get more health stuff. Well, to the shop, not to the pharmacy. The yellow roses in the window, those aren't flowers. They were left for class here. Were they?
A colourful display of...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
No. Wait. Oh, that one.
A small cabinet on the wall is
Yeah.
filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Yep, thanks. Do I have bottles to throw away?
The tear machine stands and your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jing. Do you know what you should...
Cool. Cool. Alright. Now... let's see about this ice machine. Hey, who are you? Why are you dismantling my machine here?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, F the world.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Was it a good idea on the lieutenant's part to get into this? Don't even answer that. Just leave. You can always come back later, on your own terms.
No, who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs. These skull people are more than an authority. They're deities.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know?
No.
What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
No, I really don't.
The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal? Right. Okay, say nothing.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place there?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard and burning in rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
I'm not going to entertain you with this any longer.
Sure. Understandable. Fuck, and I appreciate your effort, though.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh, yeah. Cindy's a right proper skull.
The young man's eyes glaze over, his voice filled with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you a part of the skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
What makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
You'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
Throw him off his game. You don't feel very scared.
Are you sure a skull would say that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're only saying practice things for now, so we don't mean no harm to the Skulls brand, or to you.
This is definitely something the Skulls would say, but we're not trying to encroach on the Skulls brand in any way. On the contrary, We're just here to market it.
So you're just pretending to be as nasty and vicious as the skulls?
Hey, we could be just as hard. Like pavement on top of pavement. Or a brick on top of another brick.
Oh.
Or a grave on top of a grave.
These kids have the vocabulary, but might be missing a brain. Wouldn't a grave on top of a grave be just a big hole?
Yep.
What's hard about holes? Filling them up, baby.
Enough of this scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Turn to the blonde youth. Why does your jack have piss written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What?
What I mean by this
is
we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
That much is true.
Turn to the dark-haired youth. Why do you have F the world written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it. To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That's a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Hey, Kim.
Yes?
What do you think about their jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan. Oh, I don't want to use any of those answers.
What are you implying?
That we should get these jackets?
For what?
To wear them?
The concept of getting dressed is familiar to me, but wearing jackets like these isn't appropriate for an RCM officer, unless he's deep undercover.
You're right, never mind.
The lieutenant sighs.
Okay, let's try this. I'm not sure we're going to get the jackets, but still, why not?
These guys aren't scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here. It's either begging or bullying, or both. Just ask them, maybe.
Gentlemen, I need your jackets.
Why?
I need them for official police business.
And what kind of business is that exactly?
Police business.
The lieutenant notices your agitation and opens his mouth to speak, then decides against it and merely shakes his head.
Okay, we get it. You look like total shit.
Thanks.
We look flashy as hell.
Well...
What about it?
You didn't say that. My clothes make me sad. I need to fun it up. The lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with his uniform.
Fine. Fuck it. Here.
Perfect.
Take it then. I can't handle this sad shit.
You need snacks? Me too.
It's true. He simply can't. It's called empathy.
There are no snacks in the whole house? Oh boy. Hi, Ranosh. Thanks for the lurk. Hi, Sinister. How are you? Thank you for the lurk as well. Are people in Australia hanged from their feet? What? What are you on about, Cinny?
Wow. I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta. He'll have your badge.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
You got a rich dad? Where is this going?
No. He's like a volunteer lawyer. A total bitch. Cites law and does dishes. You know what, cop? Fuck you. That's not what this is about. You're not getting my jacket.
Fuck him. We don't need his rich dad jacket anyway.
Oh boy.
I'm not wearing that jacket.
This is a line of conversation I don't want to have.
I already am expressing my individuality.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops? Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
My lord. Okay, they are gone. This is a very, very, very weird kind of conversation. And I am not going to wear that. Hell no. Okay, we were on our way to the ice dispenser thingamabob. Sini, you might want to have a conversation with Chaos about that.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here, or something stronger, like the Cavalso.
Didn't Sona give you a perfect tool for this kind of...
Equip the multi-tool by go...
Yes. Multi-tool. Oh, no, wait. That one.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
No, that is still locked. Physical instrument. Oh, there. Okay. Fine. Ask around about tattoos' possible meaning. Who would know about these tattoo meanings?
Right to work!
Ah.
Right to work! Shame on you!
I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos.
Don't think so.
Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea.
They were on the body of the man who was hanged behind the cafeteria there.
Silence. He takes the photo. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving. You see dead flesh in colourful rivers of polychrome, melting skin and hair.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Loincloths?
Yeah.
He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind them.
Can you tell me what the tattoo means?
What it means?
He points to one tiny star in the web of lines, away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here?
Yes.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
He licks his lips as if drunk suddenly.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Don't interrupt him.
Our boy. He's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon.
Yes, his voice gets strangely quiet, a long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper.
At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason, the kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch. God, Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them.
Ooh.
Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless, odorless. It's...
evil.
You bet it was.
You were there?
No. I was in the domain. In Jamrock. Being a bouncer.
You're not really a scab leader, are you?
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But...
he's under orders. And orders are orders.
Can I have it back?
Go ahead.
All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
Wait, what did we... Perhaps another mercenary can tell you more about the scab leader. The harbor gates at Bond Count is one of the people informing you about the tattoos, but could be interesting.
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
Huh.
The unpromising race pupil returns. There is nothing funky about
No,
I
no,
cannot
we are not
possibly-
going over that again. No. Okay, nothing new with him. there anything that we can discuss with Everett now? We're working in this company 3.5 years now, and on Monday a colleague comes back from her parents' home that she never seen before, and she brought muffins. 3.5 years. Oh, nice.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically to your left.
Okay. Hi, Phoenixer. Posture check? Yeah, I think I can do that. Do you have anything more?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Wait, what? Anyway, I had some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Okay, you seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask about someone.
Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Who's this Edgar you keep mentioning?
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does. But a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
Okay.
All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union. But last year he spent a whole winter in South Africa. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
Okay, Manana?
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times like these.
Tell me about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something.
Yep.
He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
How about Titus?
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Nice and friendly? Okay, tell me about Everard.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everard would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
How about Renee? Who's Renee?
The night guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar fellow. He's the strong, silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee.
Oh, those two.
They lived on the same street their entire lives. Even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember.
Hold up, Gus.
Fellows, Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
No, wait, hold up. Gaston was your human studies teacher?
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then.
Actually, I want to talk about something else.
Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
What's in that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Okay, I'm off.
Mr. Dubois, the word in Martinez is a certain police officer is once again happily reunited with his service weapon. Congratulations, my friend. I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with?
I've just finished investigating the local drug trade.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him.
Obviously.
Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Can we go over a few details concerning the murder again?
Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you.
Okay, there's nothing new.
By all means, Harry. What's on your mind?
How do you know my name?
Oh, I know everything about you, Harry.
Okay.
I have a big fat folder on you.
Okay.
Very juicy stuff. And the word on the street is your memory is a bit hazy. If that's true, maybe I can help you out. Do you a little favor, so to speak.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you would have a spot of memory trouble, well, let's just say a fat juicy folder could really fill in the blanks.
I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Harry has some questions he needs answers to.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder.
Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife, kids, or...
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Nah.
That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats.
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
I'm sorry?
Yes. You seem to be. A lot of the time. But right now, there's no reason to be. Let loose a little. Be you.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Oh. Ugh. Let's talk of other matters for the moment. Because I want to...
Of course, Harry, of course.
Let me quickly put some clothes on that... put more drama on stuff. Because I want to see if we can get this drama check. And then we switch back to what we had before. Okay.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you, and where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating?
Oh, but do I really have to go through
no.
this? Okay, cool.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. Let's hear it, Harry.
So, there you go. Maybe that works now.
As you look at the
Yes.
folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois?
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil?
It was a tactic.
Of course, Harry, of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now.
No.
And rest assured, no one's gonna hear about it. No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez.
You can see the map of Revachol in your head. Dozens of red arrows are pointing outwards from Martinez, moving all across the city.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Okay.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry.
The
You
gun.
can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
You could say that. She tried to kill me.
I told you she was a piece of work, Harry, but I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again.
Okay. Now we can actually put back our old stuff. It says we should put more stuff in physical instrument to open that that icy container down there. But we don't have that much actually. Master machines, pick locks and pockets. Ooh.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
I will be responsible with this. This is just to protect me from harm, not to show off.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
1 down, 2 pieces to go. Here I come.
2? Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like. You were ambitious.
Okay, now that's done. Okay, so let's go to Joyce and get this reality lowdown done. Muffins ordered? What? Where did you order muffins from?
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems as it...
Arnold's. Oh, nice. They are tasty. Heavy, but tasty. Got bagel and a few donuts? Nice.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads...
We have to wait till nightfall and then maybe we can actually talk to him?
This is the night watchman's...
Maybe? I don't remember him at all, to be fair. Blame Entropic. Oh, Arnold's is a shop here in the city. And they have really tasty muffins and donuts and bagels and all of that. They are really tasty. They are a good shop. And they have packages like buy 5 donuts, get 1 for free, or buy 11 and get 1 for free. Huh? What now? Why are we circling here?
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this?
Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
What's it packing there?
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
What's a 7-liter V12?
7.2. Supercharged.
Saying these words brings him immense joy.
A flying machine.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot. It's a bit girly right now. Fit it with some proper off-road components.
You ever thought about switching to helium headlights?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
If we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together.
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
And means no.
Okay, let's move. Sure, let's do that. How about next Tuesday from Never?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Of course.
Now, you can tell me about these tattoos. Can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
Really?
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet, observe the expressions.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one of the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Say nothing.
Port cities? On the oceans? This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the DeLorean century. As early as 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What's the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
This one's going nowhere but the morgue.
The times have changed.
What travels did the Benbed make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this. Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Somewhere in an office lit by a single green desk lamp, Captain Ptolemaeus Price, 58, bald and bespectacled, is writing in a ledger on his desk. Rows and rows of days and weeks, laconic remarks in a single column. Patrol, case, vacation, injured. In Martinez looking into Krenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
This man is no brother of mine, but this is his service history.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
Huh. That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah... You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
What do you mean, archipelago?
I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not?
Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Why?
Why what? Stop thinking. Take her down.
What? It'll come off like I'm envious.
You're not? Okay then. Just keep on admiring the boat then, unburdened by envy.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called DieLuette 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
Cool, but your boat really needs a name. Every boat needs a name.
Okay. How about DieLuette 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called DieLuette, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about Dolores?
Why Dolores?
I don't know, feels pretty. No, after her innocence, Dolores Day.
I'm not really big on moralist symbols. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Right.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
I've got some more questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
I meant, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After, les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Splat, splat.
Oh. A young girl in odd clothes gives Joyce an evil eye, a red paintbrush held in her throat.
You could be wrong, but from here it appears as if she's running the brush across her throat in a soaring motion.
Wonderful.
Okay. What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Got it.
For the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
What's the big time?
The revolution.
Ah, and what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Oh boy, that's enough about the times.
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to know?
Yes, what was that? Point to Cindy the skull.
The girl in the old lady rags?
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture.
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture.
Oh.
We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat, all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. All right. What next?
That's all for now. Although, I don't know, is it? Let's get those questions out of here.
We're in Martinez, baby. Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. I would be happy to. What is a preposterously expensive education for, if not sharing? It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective, in case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
Be my guest.
Okay, last question.
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
There may be a way to get her speaking about herself at some later juncture. Everyone wants to talk about themselves. She will, in time.
Okay, that's enough.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
Okay, so I just realized something. And what I realized is that we can actually talk to, well, today is Thursday, so we can actually talk to what's her name, Glacia again. Okay, let's get there. Hi, Ogomo. Hello. Oh, and Tropic is in the tunnel again. I see. That tunnel is very convenient.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand crank. Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost. This orange machine...
Fine. Damn!
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Did we do it this time? Nope.
You give it another.
Demolish the place.
I don't see how this is going to give me...
Below, in the union box, was there something behind the window? In the hawthorn branches, brushing against the glass? You are a numb, imprecise...
Okay, let's talk to you again before I accidentally...
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Titus... Well... Look her in the eye? Maybe that we can do
Soft,
that? Oh,
light
okay.
brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. I have bad news for you. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, he's talking about you, you sinewy idiot. You too. Me? What have I done this time? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore. I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part.
How did this happen?
How it always does. Through subtlety. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do. No. It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not?
Okay, does that mean she's been lying to me?
I think it's safe to assume, yes. Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up. If he were, I suspect there would be paeans to her truthfulness. Like this, no. He's not going to show up. I'm sorry. Your lie detection isn't working. It's not her doing. He's just totally inept. It looks like you're also an idiot. But that's not her fault.
Gee, thanks.
No, not an idiot. You're just more of a sensitive type. Thinks with his heart. This woman's pain draws you in.
I've been talking to myself too long. Let's get back to it.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. For a second, her face disappears from your cornea. Only a silvery negative remains. Still smiling. A tired smile.
Okay, let's talk more about the Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit something.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via the encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why say things like that?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Persona?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Weren't you afraid?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoy in her.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you have some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
Lieutenant writes it down in his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Okay, where is Lelystad? The place, I mean?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Okay, look at class here. You were both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Sex, alcohol, no love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Just a second. Alright. There we go. Military man, but not a patriot?
No. He left the national service after they taught him to do what he did.
See you later, Elvira. Drive home safe.
He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot. Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Orania did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
The adversary one.
His eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
You liked it?
Quite a lot, yes.
It was an Orani's map of the waterways?
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
For showing off to chicks? How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You're the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what this means? Hand her the photo.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Change of topic, perhaps?
Yeah. Hi, Brother Grimoire. Hello. Good to see you. Good morning. How you doing? How is your morning going? Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death? That is a very weird question. I don't want to ask that. I think we're finished here with this line of questioning.
All right.
The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Let's talk more about this so-called assault.
Not my favorite topic, but okay. I'm 89% sure.
Does that mean you're 11% not sure?
You know how it is.
Do you?
Actually I don't.
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
Okay then.
She takes a long, hard drag of her cigarette, then stretches her neck.
Slowly getting the day started.
You hear cracking in her shoulders.
Okay. What else do we have to do with her? Nothing. Okay. Alright.
How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now?
Yeah, I noticed your room is close to mine. I have a personal question. I don't know where that is going, but sure.
Yes. You're just one room away. Very personal.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you blacked out.
Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my memory.
You do not need to know that.
Why
What
not?
you need is to ask normal police questions. Like,
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Sure. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
Okay.
The record. So official.
So I'm not getting to ask questions about this then? When Kim's not around, ask. Okay, cool. Alright.
Why not?
Wait. Stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
It's what she said.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
Where is this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going.
25.
45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
I got this. I got this. My age. I think I'm...
Yes?
I'm in my early 30s. A rough 30. I lived it up.
You're a rough rider, but not in your early 30s. Do you want to know the truth?
Bring it on. I am not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
Another thought. Oh boy. Great. Alright. Oh, Titus.
It's you again.
Yes.
What is it?
I can tell you as soon as I have my options here. So I asked Claudia about the tape.
And?
And nothing. She stands by what she said.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared.
yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good. Goddamn psycho whore. Alright, all fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember? I know you're tired. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!"
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah.
There's silence in the room. Alain starts saying something, then thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. Maybe we can do something about this. Let's see.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter.
One of his boys will.
Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside, in the midday sun, ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind.
That's it then. Case closed. Look around. We're going home, Kim.
Huh?
The lieutenant raises his brow.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
All because of some shit. Because you're a foreigner, because you work for the wrong people, because they like killing. Well, because of some chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
The man's fists under the table are balled. You can tell from his neck and shoulders. He means it.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
They just hang you, like in the Dark Ages, make a display of your corpse.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We just couldn't get him down, okay?
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Turn to Angus, or what? You kill me like you... Wait, who is Angus again? Oh, okay. But look at Kim first. What does he think?
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean? Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Oh, what? You're going to kill me like you killed him for no effing reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
He was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
The room was quiet, so quiet that you can hear Angus's wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
She walks off without looking back.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
So you didn't kill him? He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them?
Yes.
Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. You keep taking it easy too, Angus.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
If Classy didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of ish are we talking about?
The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So who killed the Merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside. Behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
He pauses to think.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker? The missing aid tardy?
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
Understood. Can you tell me anything about her? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go...
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But...
Still, after all this headache...
But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away?
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Oh my! Confront Klausya with a Hardy story. Alright, we're doing that.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy boss told us what really happened.
I understand.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your shush I can't hear what she's saying.
Mhm.
Let the mist speak. She's tall and thin and tired. A twig trying so hard not to break.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
The Hardy Boys are not the law. We are.
I know that. But the people around here, they don't see it that way. And if I am to stay here, I need to get along with them.
That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, golden grey in the noonlight. The Pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again, with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved, and who hired you.
The job was Lewes-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
A bank? Jesus.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lewes-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
That's a lot of ish you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting, a lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
Oof.
She says it quickly, like she's said it 100 times. To herself, to get used to the idea, out of guilt.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
I'm a cop. What I do is right? No. I don't either.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
Mm-hmm. What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me,
Oh boy.
I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Better not mention it. Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Am I sorry this happened to you? Yeah, I am.
So am I.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who was Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Huh, okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did she do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby, where is she now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot.
It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausia.
When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Did you kill him?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drug. It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around. Close to her hand. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out. When they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
He must have had a weapon nearby. Did you see that?
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor.
Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now. Of you. The downstairs people. All of it.
It's okay if you did it in self-defense.
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
Okay, I'd like you to answer some other questions.
Like what?
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Either way, something to consider.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
So you would have us believe, but you're not.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody.
Mama. In God's name, wake up. What?
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. You've been breached, bulwark. You've been breached like 1,000 times now. So you say. But give us one example of deceit. Just one example.
I remember doubting she made the call she said she made to the police. Wait, just a proposition. Could the lurid explicitness conceal something less sensational but more illegal?
Who is this personhood picking these seditious options? Can't you see the detective grows weary of your malcontent? Stop staring at her eyes and say something pertinent to the case. This is making you look like an amateur.
Is this game fun? It actually, weirdly enough, is. It has some drags, yes. Not drugs, but drags. But all of this together, I mean, maybe it's because I do like the psychological side of it, I suppose. But I think it's fun. Yep.
It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
What happened here?
A vague sense of disappointment fills you. The glass shimmers as if taunting you with its secrets. You get the feeling this room would tell you something crucial if you only knew how to listen.
Tell me again, Kim, what are we looking here for? For here? Ballistics?
I'm not exactly sure either, to be honest. My imagination has a way of failing me. It's a weakness.
Put skill points in visual calculus. Okay. Visual calculus. Let's put some clothes on that have that. I do have that, right? Apparently I don't. Nope. That's all we got. Okay, Titus, Ruby, talk now?
It's you again.
Yes.
What is it?
Okay, I talked to Klasha, now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
Because she's your real leader. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Levi's killer.
You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or fuck off.
How many times must I tell you?
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus. At the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
Let's see. I don't think it's working, but let's see.
Nothing is
No.
happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected. Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together.
Squint your eyes harder.
Still nothing. But that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop, taking your time to present a theory. Right. Puzzleface shouldn't be the cool guy when he fails. I was supposed to be that. Shush. I'm just more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? His wife left him. He needs to kill himself. Make her sorry she did.
Just want to hear the components of the theory.
Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, guys. For starters, you could find out what's behind that mystery door in the kitchen. If it's a secret route, she could have used that to get to the roof. Can't get through the door? You know what would help. Doing a thorough search of this room. Maybe something's hidden. Hey, did someone say something already? No? Yes? Who cares? Upstairs in Clausia's bedroom, the window the bullet came through. Analyze that. You could crack Clausia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should.
Yeah, I'm going to take off now. For now. Okay. So, that, however, was some serious way forward. Let's save here. And maybe we might be able to actually finish this off tomorrow. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a short break, refilling water and such, and then we are switching games and coming back with Eve. So stay right there. I'll be right back.